has cancer, each diagnosis is unique and different. Now doctors can examine cancer cells down to a molecular level so they can better understand and treat it. Today, we're hearing from 3 West Cancer Center oncologists on how this new test is saving lives.
What is molecular profiling? Molecular profiling is looking within the cancer cell to try to figure out what went wrong.
We have DNA, and that turns into RNA, which turns into proteins that make our body do everything. And when things go wrong, cancer develops.
And we try to figure out what makes a cancer tick, in order also to find ways to treat the cancer beyond chemotherapy, really more specifically toward what is making this cancer.
Now the technology exists that we can see exactly what is happening in that DNA, in what is transcribed from that DNA into the RNA, and from the RNA into protein. Caris was one of the earliest companies looking at both next-gen sequencing, but they also have always trying to take the tissue sequencing to the next level.
They offer a very comprehensive approach and have very good support for our treatment choices.
We have a pretty good and direct partnership and relationship with them that helps on both ends get to the right place for our patients.
So we're trying to figure out what that is so that we can specifically target drugs to that, so we could get better responses and outcomes for patients. So if we don't do molecular profiling on patients, it affects your outcome.
When we do molecular profiling, we find a target, something that really allows us to treat the cancer very specifically. It can be a game changer for patients. And there have been abundant of times when I changed my treatments according to the molecular profile that these cancers have, because it makes the cancer more vulnerable to certain treatment approaches that we have.
There are some drugs that are approved specifically for tumors harboring particular mutations. Molecular profiling can also tell us what drugs wouldn't work well.
And then we report back to the primary team that's treating the patient on, this is what's driving the cancer, this is what you should be looking at, this is what standard of care matches with this patient, or this is what not to give. Once they have that, they might be on a certain treatment, but they know that the next line of therapy can be impacted by these results.
Also, a very important part of what we do with molecular profiling is clinical trials, because how we discover all of these mutations and drugs matching is by doing trials to see if those drugs work. And we at West have a large suite of trials. A lot of them are based on the molecular target within the tumor. Why does West think that this is important for every patient? Because as we mentioned before, it impacts your care. There are drugs that are specifically approved for specific types of mutation. Your insurance won't approve those drugs if we can't show you have these mutations.
At West, we definitely want to make the best treatment available to all patients. And more we see treatment approaches that really require us to understand what is driving a cancer from a cancer genetic perspective. We never want to miss an opportunity for patients to get the best treatment of choice that's available for them to improve their outcome. And it's really very, very clear, and I feel very strongly about this. This cannot be done without comprehensive molecular profiling.
We are so grateful to have well-renowned care so close to home. If you're interested in learning more or scheduling an appointment at West Cancer Center and Research Institute, visit westcancercenter.com or call 901-683-0055. We're diving back into the arts for a cool flair in the heart of the summer. See you guys in a minute.